Hey guys, I just want to do a quick review of Avowed now that I've completed the game. So for me personally, it was somewhere between a 6 and a 7 out of 10. I could see somebody giving it as high as an 8 if they like really dug the story and especially some of the side quest stuff. If they enjoyed it more than I did, I could see somebody going a little bit higher. I think this is a really good example of like a 7 out of 10 game. You know, it's got a little jank in places, little with the UI. I fell through the world a couple of times, but overall, nothing game breaking, nothing that like completely pulled me, out of the story. Um, Graphics were good. Combat was better than I was expecting it to be, considering it's first person sword and sorcery, which I think tends to be quite janky. And this was, I think, better than average. The story was at a overall level, I thought was actually quite good. There were some places where I would have liked a few more choices. There was a little bit of inconsistency in like how I was playing the character and some choices that were given to me early on that didn't seem like they quite followed through in the later parts of the story, or maybe not as well as I would have liked. But even then, it wasn't like completely disconnected or anything like that. It was still pretty solid. So yeah, I mean, I think being a game, not at its early access price, I don't think it would have been worth that amount of money, even with 40, 50 hours, or even if you'd wanted to do replay and get like 70, 80 hours out of it. I don't think it would have been worth that really. But at its launch day price, to get a solid 40 to 50 hours of a very enjoyable game, it's not going to be game of the year. It's not going to be like on somebody's list of like, this was my favorite game of all time, but it is just a very enjoyable 40 to 50 hours. I have no idea why people are trashing the game. Like, we need more, like, just good 7 out of 10 games to play and enjoy and not expect everything to be a Baldur's Gate 3. It's just not feasible, and I just would like to be able to play more really good games instead of everybody shooting for the moon and then ending up with games that come out unfinished, broken, and I have to refund them because they're just completely unplayable. Like, just give me more games like Avowed, and I'll be happy with that. And then like the occasional Baldur's Gate 3 and other games that get sprinkled in at that, awesome 10 out of 10. So anyway, I think if you're thinking about getting the game, you've been on the fence and you've been seeing all of the different reviews and stuff, my honest opinion, it's not perfect. There's absolutely some things in there that are going to bother people to different degrees. But I think most people, if you like this style of RPG, it's going to fall somewhere between a 6 to an 8 out of 10 for you. I think you'd enjoy it. Let me know what you think.